Hello and welcome to This Bed We Made, a mystery game that takes place at a hotel in the 1950s, where we play as a maid that might just overhear a murder secret or two from our guests. So let's get into it and clean up some rooms and hopefully not get killed in the process. I don't know if that's a thing that can happen. But we're about to find out. The game takes account of all your actions, including the ones you decide not to take. These choices will determine your fate and the fates of others around you. Uh-oh. Proceed with caution and apprehension. I think we might be in Canada.
Come on now, miss. Let's keep moving.
Oh, we can. A little bit off course.
It's on your right. Here.
But I can't move the camera further than these. Not here then. Here? Here. Probably the open door, eh?
Here we are. Good luck.
Will I need it?
She's all yours, sir.
Sophie Roy, I'm Detective Maurice Tremblay. Let's see. 21 years old, working at the Clarington for over a year. Husband?
I'm sorry?
Are you married?
No, not yet. I live with my mother. She's sick, so I have to take care of her.
No father.
No. It's always just been me and my mom.
All right, Miss Roy. I need you to tell me everything that happened, starting with this morning.
Oh, that's gonna be difficult because I can't remember.
Au parc La Fontaine, les filles
Oh no, do you think this is DMCA-able? I will find out eventually, sadly.
Où elles étreignent l'amour
Oh,
en
there we go.
saison,
Now we look a
qui
bit better.
les enchaîne dans un tourbillon de
Not
vraies
scary dark and white, that
poèmes,
means
car dans les
murder is
frissons
afoot.
naissent
Oh,
toujours
yeah,
les plus belles
that's
chansons
a
d'amour.
big snow outside.
Clair de la
Aw.
fontaine, j'ai vu dans
Wait,
tes yeux
are we in the hotel now?
mille
Does it come with teddy bears?
Quand la claire fontaine s'amusait au jeu de nos deux cœurs.
Vacuuming's done. Now just a bit of tidying up, and I can go on break.
Longtemps de ce vieux pas,
Alrighty,
la
time to
fontaine
tidy up.
tes grands yeux, filette un jour, la plus
Okay.
Nothing like a bed's not complete without its pillow.
Hello. Found it. Do we maybe need to turn down? Let's see if, because it's looking a bit. You could see the entire background just sort of went down a bit. Like, okay, well, I think that's better. Okay, clean. I was like, oh no. See? Get all this. Clean off the shadow as well while we're at it. How do we know when we're done?
Good enough.
Good enough. Excellent. Oh, I get it. It was a nice tune, but we never know. Might be a nightmare to edit out later. Go, TV. I mean, we shouldn't, because this is not ours, I presume. It's none of our business, even though I would like to snoop. Because I know something's gonna go awry and we should know things. But we do not know that we need to know things. Oh, we can't clean that because it's covered. Okay, so this we can scrub out. Presumably this. But not... Oh, good. Okay. Just gotta give it some extra elbow grease and
And voila. Good as new.
go. Everything as it should. That works. Excellent. That's all we needed. Is there anything in here that needs... Oh, that's just a... Should you be put up? I guess not. I guess we're good. I think. Is there anything? Wait, is that a... No, that's just pens. That's not a spot of something. That's one hell of a doorknob. Has our day just started or just ending? Based on the sunlight, I'm guessing started.
Have you heard about that nut house they want to build next door?
Yeah, it creeps me out. Imagine all the weirdos who'll start hanging around the hotel.
I can think of someone who'll feel right at home. Look at her, always glued to that gossip magazine.
Do you think she has any real friends? Or is it just Gracie, Joan, and
Well, I mean,
Marilyn?
Well,
You
when
are
your
doing the
own
same
wife
thing,
is
just
that
verbally.
tall, you need to get your excitement somewhere. Oh, did you see Rebecca come in this morning? She was wearing the same clothes.
Now, don't you think you're overreacting? This is exactly the kind of behavior Linda warned you
Sugar
about.
frosted pops.
She's doing everything she can to break us apart.
Sophie speaking.
Hey, it's Beth. Do you think you could come up real quick?
I'm already worried because there's a lot of
Sure.
people, a lot of
I'll
names,
be
and it's
right
like,
there.
who murdered whom? I don't know. Throw them all in. I can't tell who was named what. Uh-oh.
Let's see what Beth wanted to talk about.
Thank you. Okay. Coffee? Cigarettes? I guess we don't have to look for things to clean, because that's not our job. We were not called to... Oh, that's just leaking out from the Valentine's ball.
Hey, Beth.
Hey there. So, who's sleeping?
Sleep... what?
You were whispering just now on the phone, so I thought maybe Eugene or Bobby were napping in the break room again.
Oh, yeah, no. It's Jacques and Wendy. They were, in the middle of something.
Ugh, it's so awkward when they start making out like no one's watching. Get a room. We literally work in a hotel.
You said you needed me?
Oh, straight to business then.
Sorry, it's just a busy day.
I get it.
Yeah,
It's
I
been
have to do all of the
nonstop
work,
for me this morning
so
too.
hop to it
Wanna
and tell
guess
me
why I
what you
summoned
needed.
you here?
I can go on. That... I don't
I'm
know.
really bad at guessing games.
It doesn't have to be a good guess. Just say the first thing that comes to mind.
You want my help in committing
I don't
some
know.
sort of bank robbery?
Please just tell me.
Well, if I can't make you work for it. A nice gentleman decided it was time to redesign the lobby and helped us by knocking over that vase on his way out of the hotel.
That's it?
I would do it myself,
looks like
but the
a
last time I
big
tried
vase
to
to
leave the
just
front desk,
knock
Bernard emerged from
I was
his
expecting,
lair
like,
to scold me
you know,
about
a desk kind,
procedures
not...
and whatnot.
Well, we can't have the beauty of the Clarington Hotel take absence from her throne, can we?
Oh, the people would riot.
Bernard especially.
Bernard's hardly the people. Anyway, I have to get back to work. There's a mop in the supply closet next to Bernard's office, I think.
Thanks. I'll see you around.
You wouldn't perhaps point me exactly where? Thank you.
Okay, let's get that mop from the supply closet.
To open the journal. Oh, so these are all like the little... Okay, haunted hotel. Some days I'm convinced that Clarington is haunted. It's not that I believe in ghosts, normally, but there have been too many incidents for me to rule out the possibility completely. Just this morning, I was waiting for the elevator on the 5th floor when I heard a loud bang behind me. Like someone shutting a door. What, in a hotel? But with more force than I've ever heard a person use. I looked around, but there was no one to be seen. Am I just imagining things? I overheard Wendy and Jock argue in the break room. From the sound of it, Linda got to Jock's head and convinced him that Wendy was flirting with some of our guests. I couldn't believe it. Anyone who's been around them for more than a minute could see how much Wendy loves Jock. She would never do him like that. Oh, do that to him. I just made up my own sentence. Even if it's a few minutes out of my day, my chats with Beth are always a highlight. She called me up to clean a mess made by one of our guests, which gave us a chance to catch up. I don't think I've met someone who can make conversations seem so effortless. Or someone who can add so many unnecessary letters to. Moving on. Beth has a witty response for everything. It's too bad maids aren't usually allowed in the lobby. Chatting with her every day would be a great way to start my morning. Thank you. We're gonna need all of this. Beth, the receptionist. Bernard, the manager. Linda, Clarington's governess. Bernard's second in command. Wendy, the waitress at the hotel's restaurant. And Jock, one of the bellboys. Oh, and here's Mom. And here's Dad. Should we read them? We probably should read them just in case. Beth has been the hotel's receptionist for as long as I can remember. In fact, hers was the first face that welcomed me when I took my first step inside the Clarington. She knows this place like the back of her hand. Beth can be fiery, which doesn't win her much love from Bernard, but most guests adore her for her magnetic personality, and that's something Bernard can plainly see. We don't get a chance to chat as often as I'd like, but when we do, it's always a blast. I only wish I had even half of her wit, so I could entertain her as much as she entertains me. Bernard. Bernard is Clarington's manager, the big boss. He spends most of his days locked in his office and doesn't like the maids roaming around outside of their posts, so our paths don't cross often. Lately he's been hell-bent on getting the hotel back in shape, whatever that means. And there has been a lot of changes around here as a result. He's enforcing employee rules more strictly than ever and dropping God knows how much money on renovations. The stress is practically radiating off of him. Linda. Linda is the Clarington's governess, Bernard's second in command, and it's easy to see why. She rules over the maids with an iron fist, always ready to enforce Bernard's latest rules to the letter. Most of them hate her for this, but my feelings are a bit more mixed. For whatever reason, she seems to have a soft spot for me. We're off to a good start then. The same cannot said for Wendy, unfortunately. It's like she's made it her life's mission to break up Wendy and Jack's relationship, and I'm worried that her latest efforts may have succeeded. Wendy. Wendy is a waitress at the hotel's restaurant. She and her best friend Yvette were hired together, and they used to be inseparable. Until 3 or 4 months ago. It's no coincidence that this was around the time Wendy started dating Jack, the bellboy, to whom she is now happily engaged. That is, depending on who you ask. Lena seems to think that Wendy is the Clarington's resident flirt. Sure, she's popular with guests and collects the most tips by far, but I've always chalked that up to the same thing that has drawn me to her. That warm smile that just radiates kindness. Linda's not convinced, though, and seems to have taken it upon herself to expose Wendy for who she really is. Right. Jealous much? Jack. Jack is one of the Clarington's bellboys. I don't know much about him. He's even more shy than I am, barely looking up at guests when carrying their luggage, People like us just need someone to bring us out of our shells, and apparently for Jock, that person is Wendy. He's like a completely different person around her. He lights up, laughs, even cracks jokes. I was so happy that he found Wendy, and even happier when he proposed. They're like the Claringtons' very own Janet and Tony. Is that a reference to like a 50s sitcom or series? But it seems their engagement is in peril thanks to Linda's meddling. Stay strong, Jock. Don't fall for her manipulations. Mom. Mom always means well. Uh-oh. But life hasn't dealt her the best hand of cards. She doesn't talk to me very much about her time as a nurse during the war. But I've always wondered what kind of person she was before that harrowing chapter of her life. It's just the two of us now. Two of us at home. Again, we're just changing up sentences for no reason. Mom had bad luck with keeping jobs, and she finds it hard to be around people, so she stays home most of the time. At least she's never missed an episode of The Wild Orchid. On her good days, she can manage on her own, but on her bad days, well, I do my best to be there for her. Dad. Left when I was 2 years old. Haven't heard from him since. Mom doesn't say much, so I stopped asking.
Linda, Wendy's great at her job. Guests absolutely love her and...
Not just guests, apparently.
Oh, God damn it, Linda! I only like her because guests like her. Making sure guests are happy is my job, after all.
You don't seem to care whether I'm happy.
Listen, if Wendy wasn't doing her job, that'd be another story, but I can't just fire her without good reason.
I wonder if a good reason is gonna appear somehow.
Would that be a good reason?
Curiosity killed the cat.
Oh, Andrew, hi. I'm sorry, I was just...
Spying on our manager?
No, I heard something,
Well,
and
maybe we should start spying
it's okay,
a bit
I'm just
then.
pulling your leg.
You know, as an excuse
sorry
because
I
we're
scared you.
we're playing the character, not because
I'm
we're
not used to having people around me
curious.
while I work.
Yeah, you're always working alone up there, aren't you? I actually think it's the
We can
first
blame
time
it on
I've seen you
role-playing?
down in the lobby. Don't tell me you've been sent to clean up after the Valentine's Day ball.
I'll just sweep it in under the door and leave it in that room.
Were you here Friday night to see the whole thing?
Yeah. They had someone in charge of the event, but she ended up crying alone in the stairwell, so I had to take over.
What happened? Did it really go so wrong?
It certainly didn't go wrong for the people enjoying the party, but for those sober around them, that's another story.
Good God.
Just
I'm glad
open
I
the
didn't
room
have
and
to
there's
be
blood
there.
up like all the
I don't know
walls and
how you
everything.
do
Like,
it.
I think maybe
And
bad
I don't
things
know how you
happen
handle
here.
cleaning up after other people all day. You must see plenty of weird stuff, right?
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you found in a guest's room?
Uh-oh.
A few months ago, I found stacks of pennies in a room's toilet. Like, a lot of them.
What?
And when I got to the bed, the pillowcases were filled with pennies as well.
I mean, it is the easiest way to
I'm
carry
still not sure
them.
if that guest simply had a strange way of leaving a tip.
Maybe it was a penny robbery. Oh, I better go help Beth. It's hell here with the snowstorm.
It's okay.
No, back in the
I
50s, you
need
needed
to-
2 people to answer the phone.
Yeah, all right. Take care.
You too.
As if it wasn't enough having to deal with his endless letters of advice from Raymond.
Raymond? What are you on?
He wants me to lower
But we're not going to open that. That's going to end poorly for us. What was it we needed again?
Beth said there was a mop in the supply closet next
Mop.
to Bernard's office.
That doesn't count as a mop. Is there? Where? Oh, Andrew. We're gonna pretend like we want to read this, and not because I can't see the mop. Andrew. Andrew is the concierge and receptionist for the Clarington. He's intelligent, professional, kind, and well-mannered, which easily makes him Bernard's favorite, but he knows how to have fun when no one is looking. Whenever I see him, he's either dashing off on his latest errand or burying himself in a book. So we haven't had a lot of chances to socialize at length. But when we do, though, it always feels easy, like talking to someone perfectly attuned to your wavelength. Maybe I should ask him for some book recommendations. It would be nice to have more reasons to talk to him. So I assume it's only this one that's new. Andrew's ambush. Oops. So Andrew caught me eavesdropping on Bernard and Linda, who once again were complaining about Wendy. Thankfully, he didn't make a big deal out of it. He doesn't seem the kind to judge. He's actually quite nice, easy to talk to, fun to tease, and funny in his own quiet way. I hope I get a chance to talk to him some more. I get the sense that there's a lot more to him than he willingly shows. Whoop. How is this not the mop? It was the mop. I heard people talking.
I'm really sorry about that. I'll have a word with our kitchen staff to make sure it doesn't happen again. Well, that sounds a bit excessive, don't you think? Of course, of course. We're all grateful that your employer chose
Oh yeah,
the
now that
Clarington for his stay,
she has eavesdrop on the door, we're gonna unlock all of the snooping.
All right. Yes. I'll speak to my manager
We started
and
out.
see what we can
Nah,
do.
we're not gonna read all the
Was there
people's
anything
stuff.
else
We're gonna read all of the
Yes?
stuff now.
I beg your pardon? You want me to
Murder someone?
all right.
He's gonna
Yes,
do it.
right away. Was there anything else
Could you also murder a second person?
Well, that sounds a bit excessive, don't you think? Of course, of course. We're all grateful that your employer chose
gonna
the
do a double
Clarington
murder.
for his stay, but yes?
Would you like to do a triple murder?
I beg your pardon? You want me to
Murder a third person?
all right. Yes.
He's doing it.
Right away. Was there anything else
Would you like to murder a fourth person?
Well, that
I have a feeling
sounds
maybe
bit
we're
excessive,
going
don't
into
you
a bit of a loop now to have him keep talking, because...
Of course, of course.
Yeah, okay,
all
we're
grateful
good
that your
now.
employer chose the Clarington for his
We
stay,
stay at
but
3 murders. That's the top.